Alright guys, I am back. I had to wait a couple days because, I'm started working on hentai prison and then, I also do ChronoClock and stuff. I had to wait for part 2 to get some traction. Try to give it a couple days. But, yeah, I am back. I'm also have hentai prison part 2 working on because I love that game. I love this game, and I just I gotta do what I gotta do, and yeah, I just can't wait. Let me use J-Lo to where I left off because this would not make sense. I believe that's my line. What are you two hanging around here for?
なんだかこう、お昼にここに来るのが習慣になってしまっていて。みーちゃんから話を聞いてて、私もここでお昼を食べてみたかったのよね。
Of course you did. Well, that makes 3 of us with the same motive, then. Despite my returning, I noticed that Miu's attitude towards me hasn't changed. That was early. That's not his fiance. Don't you start on me. I can't even spit without hitting someone trying to talk about that today. No, is it? Misaki's worked at me. Ease. Misaki probably just likes to watch me squirm more than she's actually interested in. Yeah. Oh. Recently, I saw like the English kind of trailer for School Days. I was surprised and excited. I'm excited to play that. Not only am I gonna be recording this hentai prison, but I'm even gonna bring Fate onto the mix and School Days. I know I'm gonna be doing lots of projects. I'm already taking big breaks to 2 projects. I don't even imagine what the breaks are gonna be like for 4 projects. But I'm gonna do my best. I'm gonna do my best to record this and just have fun and just try to get as much done when I can within a 3-hour recording. But yeah, I'm very excited. I was surprised to find out I didn't have to censor a lot for hentai prison. I honestly, it went from me censoring 85% of the video to 25%. With only a few things I actually just didn't want to show in the video. So yeah. It's gonna be really fun to do all these visual novels. I probably would have been smirking too if her joking were at my own expense.
でしたっけ？美咲ちゃんとみちるちゃんに話は聞きましたけど、留学生って気になりますね。
So you're interested in her too, Miu? Miu cocked her head to the side, but I just ignored her and pulled out my phone to text TV. She's probably being around for all the attention there. It'd be nice if she came here to get away from the other students. Wow. Why so sus? Were you just waiting for me to shadows or something?
いろいろと観光していたのでござるよ。
Are you kidding me right now? So you're watering up here too? Are you? Also, you screwed up your little reference back there. Miu, ever the shy and reclusive type, what's up at intimidated? Gigi, I'd like to introduce you to Suki Miu, and I Endo, Misaki. They're both first years.
キュートなガールたちですね。ご主人様のガールフレンドですか？
What the fuck up? They're my pets.
興味深い。ペット？なんか変な先輩が2人に増えた気がするわ。
Miyu seemed to take me seriously while Misaki just earthed about the whole thing. As I was saying, me and Misaki, this is Didi. She's our latest trapper soon. Your first name is Dorothy,
ド
right?
ロシー・ダベンポートです。
Oh my god. Go back to the UK right now.
ドトって犬を飼っていそうですね。わーお、イギリスの家にいますことよ。とってもキュートなのです。やっぱり。
The two of them chattering, giggling away was pretty therapeutic. Hey Misaki, do you know what those two are talking about? Look like a ninja or something sounds cool. I could imagine Chrono something like that
ミチ
too.
ルがあの転校生のことでへそを曲げてるわよ。
Yeah, I know. Ugh, seriously? Given the way Didi was behaving and that little time Michiru had with her, hadn't really become much
ミチルには
use.
できる
What am I
限
gonna
り
do
フォ
with
ロ
her?
ーしておいてあげたから、放課後にでも何とかしなさい。
Well, thanks
別
for
に
telling me it
あなたのため
helps.
じゃなくて友達のためにフォローしただけなんだから。
Sure, what did he say? Calm down, Misaki. Yeah, it still helps. Misaki was short and not that I could easily pat her on the head, but she shook her head to get me off.
扱いしないでよ。
Tsundere. How should I treat you then?
一人の女として扱うべきじゃないかしら。 いつか泣かしてやるわ。
Misaki stomped her foot and tried to charge me, but I just held my arm out and she couldn't move an inch for her. I was more worried about my sister. I haven't really done anything fun with my sister in a while since I've been so busy, so maybe I should entertain the idea with her after school.
仲がいいなあの二人。
Don't you look at me like that. Not you, me, you, her. Didi is crazy. Oh, and all, this turned out to be quite a fun lunch period. Then after school... No! Call me that! As soon as Homer ended, Didi turned over to me like a puppy. I guess it doesn't matter now since the cat's out of the bag and all, but I can't believe you're actually calling me that at school.
王様にした方がよろしいですか？
At the fuck up. Oh, forget it. Those just sound even worse. Anyway, did you have any plans for
から誘われましたね。ミュウさんとミサキさんからもメールが来てます。
You gave your numbers to those two? I had a hope DT wouldn't or can't spell today. I cannot read today! Oh my god, I had a hope DT wouldn't tell them anything. They didn't even know.
私も放課後にどうしますかとご主人様に質問しに来たのです。
If you want to go hang out with someone else, then you don't have to
私はご主人様のメイドですから。
I don't think I want you as my
正
mate.
確には ご主人様の所有者であるお嬢様のメイドですが。
Now I know what people means when they say it's complicated. I signed and packed up my bag. I was going to walk home with Mitru, but if you're not booked up, then you're welcome to come with us. If you rather turn the others down, then I figured I'd ask you to come and hang out with us. Alright, let's go. If we're going to walk through town, I might as well show Didi around. I called Mitru as we walked through the hall and told him to meet us at the gate. Yeah, she can't text, of course, but she can certainly answer any calls. She got her first cell phone before she lost her sight. She can even call someone on her own as long as she has them on her speed dial.
ほうほう。私も後で電話番号を教えてもらっておきましょう。
Oh, that reminds me, I've been meaning to ask. Up here, look, you guys alone this morning. What did you talk about exactly? I didn't have a chance to talk with Didi alone until just now, so I forgot about it.
何を？
So I almost forgot about it.
何を？あれは何だったのでしょう？
Didi cocked her head left and right as she
お
recalled
嬢様
what
は
had happened.
ご主人様がいかにゴールドであるかをずっとトークしていました。
Is she really that much of a zealot? Evidently, while trying to chew Didi out, Mitru just got sidetracked and started singing my praises again. As I'm no doubtly sure that nothing weird had happened, the cause of my worry
兄様
exit the school building. Over here. I caught out Taiyo's sister and took her by the hand. Just like that, Mitru's face bloomed like a rose into a radiant smile.
兄様からデートのお誘いをいただけるなんて久しぶり
That's
の
not
こ
what
とです
this
ね。
is, right? No, she will take anything literal. I just felt like walking around town and going home together.
今日は帰りたくない。
What?
それはつ
You
ま
can just
り
crash my place.
同じ家に帰るということですね。お嬢様、こんにちは。あら、DD さん。
If we're going to be out this hour, and figure we ought to show Didi around
さ
town.
すがに少しはお客様らしくおもてなししないと沢渡りの名が廃りますね。
Man, I didn't expect to hear that from you. Not why she was acting this morning. I expected her to complain that it wouldn't be. Yes, us too. We chose to
DD
calm
さ
without
んを
breaking her
説得す
composure.
るのはめんどくさくなりましたので。
Quite the little no twist we have in the
定期とは
making, I
何
see.
ですか？
You're dead.
辞書を引いて
That's
く
what
だ
that
さい。
means.
Yes, ma'am.
Didi always responded cordially, even when
はあ
being treated like a
皮
nuisance.
肉も通じない。
I saw Michiru siding and I couldn't help but grin. But this isn't so bad. Michiru asked if telling made it difficult for other mates to do with her, but she seemed to have pretty good
そ
chemistry.
れでどこに行きますか？
If we're going to show her around, we should start with Central Park. The three of us walked to the park amidst the sound of potatoes. Dee let out a big sign once we reached the park. Are you what? More an hour or something? It barely took half an hour to get to the park, and we walked at a slow enough pace for reach the key. Why do you think you get this rather quickly?
大丈夫です。
Well, Dee smiled and tried to play it down, but there were beads of sweat on her forehead. Maybe I think the UK is far north than Hakka.
日本はご飯も水も美味しくて良いですが、暑いですね。
While DD gripped about the weather place exhaustedly, I took out my phone and looked at the monthly average temperatures in London. Apparently the average temperature there in July barely scrapes the 20s. Mitro was right, but someone who isn't used to average temperatures almost 10 degrees higher than back home would naturally be exhausted by weather like this. DD, don't push yourself too hard. That was not concerned. Edie smiled at me, but I still figured we ought to get out of this heat and duck into a cafe or some other place that'd be cooler. Juju, did you know that the monorail system in town and this monument were designed to have the appearance of a sundial from an aerial view? Then that should be easy to explain. Central Park is right in the center of the city, so people will generally ask for directions based on what direction on the sundial it is. For example, we just left school, which is at 6 o'clock. I guess that's how they say it over there. Yeah, similarly our house is on the direction of 3 o'clock. The rail station and shopping district are at 12 o'clock, so if you needed to go shopping, you'd go that way. Damn, that's useful. As long as you know these 3 directions, it shouldn't be too hard for you to get around town. Lady obediently listened and responded. Was I actually getting 3 over though? Okay, let me just make sure. Can you tell me what's at 3 o'clock? Hi! This is Dee we're talking about, so how if I know? Okay? With a thought pressing my mind, I held my hand out to Dee. Just hold still for a second. I put my hand in CC's alert. I knew it. I couldn't get a precise beat on her forehead, but I could tell she was getting feverish. I was gonna show her the shopping district, but I think we need to get her back home now. CC's getting a fever. I feel lost. I'm serious, you don't seem to have a cold, so I think your road just died from all this walking. I was already hand in hand with Mitro, so I used my other hand to take hold of DT's old hand. We'll show you around town more tomorrow. To speak her girl, come I want to let us back home. I'm your hypothetical fiance here, so just trust me a little more. It probably wouldn't hurt to let her walk around, but I wouldn't risk her getting sick. Cut the sulking, this isn't time for it. Has your opinion of me ever changed? Maybe that growth would be more manageable if you actually had a humble opinion of me for once. Michiru's hand was cold to the touch while Didi's hand was burning up. Feeling the contrast of body temperatures to the air, we headed towards the monorail station. Yeah. Nola and Didi seemed happy and carefree. Good griefs. She seemed maybe the same age as me, but I felt like I had another younger sister entirely relying on me during the fray now. I haven't had my soda, so I'm a little tired. Summer was still in its early onset, but it was a hot, humid night all the same. Opening the doors and windows wasn't an option, since it would just let in mosquitoes, so we just had to manage with the electric fan droning. Man, all we did after school was come home and slog around the house doing nothing. After eating dinner and taking a bath, I was lying in bed playing a game on my phone. It's not like I don't have the money for air conditioning. All those scratch lottery tickets have given me a ample sub for myself. But of course my family would get pretty inquisitive if they found out I bought air conditioning and Nanlex, wanting to know where I got that kind of money. If it weren't for that, man, how am I supposed to spend dirty money anyway? I really wanted to go out and spend a shit ton of it after I got it all. In retrospect, I guess I had my priorities mixed up back then, since spending that kind of money while being a student was an option. Once I had a day job, I had no doubt being on the stock market. I'll now be able to play stock like a piano. Well, Eddie, whatever. I was getting tired of this fetch quest for item in the game that I couldn't seem to obtain. What the? Ah, shit. She's here again. I'm gonna sit here and don't hate her, but I definitely don't like her. I might get used to her though. She's just kind of obnoxious in a way. Wow. I almost jumped under my skin at her sudden yelling. Oh, it's you, Tiki. Are you feeling well enough to be walking around? That does not make sense. What is this, an RPG? Anyway, you're back in your maid outfit? Man, you're working through your fever as long as you're okay? I guess so, if you're fast, you should change your comfortable outfit. Didi flopped on the floor in front of me. Honestly, it made me happy to hear her say that. I don't mind, your maid outfit's pretty cute anyway. Most people never have a good reason to wear a maid outfit unless they're going to custom parties. Nah, more like every weird otaku guy or girl wants to wear one of them. For some reason, the former sounds even weirder than me. Anyway, Gigi, would you mind if we talk some more time? It's nothing important. I'm just trying to finish a fetch class here. I'll scratch my cheek. Oh, so you might not want to just come into a boys' room on this hour. You get what I'm saying, right? Gigi got around it. What I was getting at. No, bundling nights. No, Michiru would come running. No, more he'd be overjoyed. She'd want to join him even. He's not. You can't know that if you only know me for a whole day. About me? Hey, wait, hey, I don't know, wait. How about, wait, don't tell me, Michiru. Both my head and my stomach hurt. Damn it, Michiru, she can't get rid of Didi. So she's trying to exploit that whole situation for her own means, and then she... Do I have to play Missy for her now or something? Michiru treated me like an innocent, virtuous girl, but she's clearly thought the opposite of Divi. that situation was totally different from
こ
this.
こだけの話、許嫁の約束とかホームステイってご迷惑でしたか？
No, it's not like that. Everything just happened so quick. I guess the
ミュウさん
realization
との
had
ことは
sunk in for
心
me.
残りですか？
Shut up. No. That was the one question I couldn't sidestep with a joke. It's not even like she turned me down. You and I both just felt like we weren't ready to go that far yet. I doubted indeed you could understand how I felt. The only thing you and I had in common was how
他に
we
心
had
に決
nothing
めた
in
人はい
common.
ますか？
No.
じゃあ
I'm still single as ever,
私
Sally.
との約束はそのままにしておいてもらっていいでしょうか？
No. Ian, would that be alright with you? It was a Sparty session.
好きです
So
よ。
basically you're trying to say you like me? Of course he does.
そ
As
れ
a
は
man.
まだちょっとわかりませんが、表面として好きです。
Never mind, she don't know what that is. She displayed a dazzling beautiful smile. She displayed a dazzling beautiful smile. Sorry guys, I'm back. In 11 minutes I'm gonna go eat. And then I'll come back an hour later. Ah, Jesus. My head hurts racing here. This is sort of like how I felt when I spent time with me, but these interactions with me clearly shows understanding me as someone of the opposite gender. Is she a bit more upfront with her feelings about me because she's a foreigner? Is and what are these strange thoughts in my head? Did you seem to take note and
ご主人
what
様、
about the game I put that in
もし
video?
健全なトークがいいならゲームしますか？持ってきます。
You play this too? Didi shouted googly, then ran out of the room. Somehow the room felt very quiet now. The air was taking on a twinge of sadness. Okay. So Kirill isn't gonna be showing up either? Then? Yeesh. He's just driving me around here. And here I was starting to feel more confident in my own independence too. I thought about why that all seemed to change for me. I still had trouble grasping the reality of Didi being here. Of course, it was unusual in itself for a girl to end up as my personal maid, but that wasn't what really had me worried. To be exact. Would someone really travel halfway around the world to meet fiance they don't know? Well, she was definitely a weeb with a interest for our cuisine. She didn't need to go to the effort of planning an entire homestay to experience that. She could have just come as a tourist. And on top of that, her objective in coming to Japan was to meet me, a person she hardly knew about. It doesn't make any sense. If I were to evaluate myself objectively, my face is pretty normal, and honestly, my personality seems to make a lot of girls avoid me. There are a few sections, though. I won't read the list of girls that wouldn't presume to touch me for me. My head. In my current case, hearing her secret has allowed her to open up to me a little more. And Michiru has been fond of me for a long time as well. No, wait, why am I securing my own sister as option? What the fuck? Screw that, next. As for Misaki, she has a weird way of showing affection. I thought she hated me, but maybe she's just suffering from Stockholm Syndrome? To start with, she acts like I was a devious criminal to be kept under close watch, but maybe now she doesn't know whether to like or hate me after getting an earful from Michiru about me. Taking Michiru out of the equation, there are two girls that I might have a chance with. Right then, Haradini doesn't have any particular reason like that. I see maybe that's where I see maybe what she's after is the Shachuachi fortune. It are particularly set in mind that I was the son of a hugely wealthy family, just as I was beginning to suppress the possibility of her having darker motive.
ご主人様、足を引っ張らないでくださいね。
There's no way. Seeing her dates around in our homes and main effort, I couldn't help but check out how dumb my own thoughts were. They say everyone has 3 points in their life when they're popular, and I guess this is the first shot for me. Or so I thought before we started playing the game together. Dude, just how many times have you played this game before? As we both did grabbing a little mother, I couldn't help but yaw in surprise. quite a well-known game, and also that even girls have better chance to play it, but Didi's character moved out and perfectly rehearsed patterns. I've seen more skilled player in my time, but she was clearly in the movie.
答える必要はないです。
Wow, you can even quote JoJo?
ジョジョを知らない日本人はいないと思います。
I think your professor in Japanese people is kind of inaccurate. Looking at from our game to retort back to where suddenly caught up in the crowd. I've been... Oh, stop it! I've been so immersed in the game I hadn't noticed before, but just like that time only I could see them. I didn't have any yet. Chairs to offer, so whoever just ended up sitting on the floor. Just thank God for traditional or who's
ご主人
styling.
様、急に動かなくなってどうしました？
Wait, is that a DS? It looks like one. Oh, nothing. My own character was still alive even after I got into the chapter for something. But after that, Cartagena was the last cause. I get stone guns about something not in the game. Wonderful, just wonderful. When I looked at the screen again, my character was
最初
dead.
はご主人様の方がうまいと思いましたが、私の方が多い。そういうことにしておきましょう。
Hey, by the way, it looks like the character just got some back to camp too.
はあ、おお、時給は一瞬ですね。
Didi groaned once he realized what had happened, but she quickly went back to smiling.
こうやって
Again.
一緒に遊んでいるだけで幸せですから、ノープロブレムですね。
This game's kinda old, so I have all the gear I wanted to get now, but that's not a very serious replacement for it. I kept playing without a care in the world. You know, I had you pay as a real outdoors person. Are you more of an indoors?
いえ、どちらかといえばアウトドア派です。子供の頃はリンゴの木に登ったりしてボーイみたいだと笑われてました。
I guess that does suit your image better. So Roy was the heat that made her sick then. Today
じゃ
then.
あご主人様の子供の頃はどんな感じだったんですか？
Mia was pretty normal. I might have been a bit of a spoiled brat though. I mean, I was born to Alvin, so I got treated by a lot of
し
people.
かしそれもまたノブリス・オブ・リージュですね。
You mean like no man's obligation? When I was a kid, I couldn't really discriminate the hell, even though I haven't ever been the most present.
OK です
Oh,
よ。
that's right, Tia. Could I ask you something? If you had just one chance to turn back time and relive your life from any point in the past, how far back would you turn the
やり
hands of
直
time?
すですか？急なクエスチョンですね。難しく考えるのは苦手です。
Yeah, Didi laughed and pondered over my question. While waiting for the answers, I stole a glance at her music and Didi smiled. Alright, this might
子
actually...
供の頃に戻りたいですね。
Oh, so there's some from the past you
ご
want
主人
to
様が
change.
微妙だった時に出会えていれば、私もご主人様も今よりハッピーになれたと思います。
Oh, so that's what it was. She didn't want to turn back time for herself. She wanted to help me out with my own childhood difficulties. I didn't even put that kind of answer.
なかなか骨のある女子だな。
Damn it! You hear Fury from our voice. Our guns up at the ceiling. So she's here, and she... Of course I couldn't talk to her in front of
一日家を空けておったら、何やら不思議な使用人が増えておるの。
Kuro came down from the ceiling
ご主
and
人
floated
様、
around Didi.
これはどちら様ですか？
You can say once! Well, I guess Kuro's kind of something very rod in the state of Denmark.
おー、
Crow seemed very
ジャ
innocent.
パニーズゴーストですか。
I want to
初めて見ましたが、あんまり大和なでしこではないですね。もし
He was clearly looking to hear Kuro.
我が輩が見えておるのか。はい。
Looks like she can even hear you speak. I gave Kuro a questioning look.
我が輩に聞く。
Hey, Kuro, what's going on here? Who else am I gonna ask here? You're the guardian of the pocket watch, are you? Maybe try being a guardian yourself
お
sometime.
主以外に存在を知られたところで何の問題もないぞ。
Kuro! What is everyone just stupid? Everyone just like of course, I can't expect his sister to see you, but like alive, and like how does she able to see you? Maybe not for you, but it sure does be me. I have no idea how Mitchell would react were she to find out about Kuro. Even if that didn't come to pass, if someone else knew Kuro existed, they might eventually learn about the power existing in the
私
pocket
がい
watch
けない
too.
ことでしたか。
No, but I could have sworn I was the only person who'd be able to hear or see Kuro. Is Gigi some kind of paranormalist? Gigi, don't tell anyone else about Kuro. It's our
内緒で
secret.
すか。
Alright, that's something. Alright guys, I'll be back later. Probably in an hour, but I will... Alright guys, I'm back. I'm gonna finish... I should about get this done in like 2 hours, but yeah. Didi's expression hardened at my serious request. Crowd's actually against that he happens this estate, but if anyone else would not see existed, they'll try to banish her.
いつから我が輩が幽霊に。なるほど。確かに陰陽師にゴーストがバスターズですね。そこの能天気な女子も納得するでない。大丈夫ですよ、ゴーストさん。私も死んだ後の世界が気になってましたし、そういう話をしておるのではなかろう。
Can repeat that if I'll keep it down? You'll fall in the leaving key. The Martin
兄
key.
様、よろしいですか。
Gigi and Crab hits the bell song after hearing the voice from the hallway. Yeah, fine, mine. What is that? What exactly it was he understood? I didn't know, but she opened the door and stepped into the room all the same.
どなたかいらっしゃるんですか。
No! Nobody. Must have been the dishwasher.
私
Gigi's
だけ
here.
です。DD さんがいるだけでも致命的な問題ですが、もっと人のいる感じの会話だと思いましたが。
Oh, mutual consequence of values that cannot gain.
気のせいみたいですね。相変わらず里い娘よの。
It seems Gigi really was the only one besides me aware of Kuro's presence, as Mitro didn't clue into it at all.
私は
Is that a plan,
そろそろ
Mitro?
寝ようと思いましたので、いつものお休みの中を授かりに参りました。
No, we're two
だ
night
から
back.
お授かりに。
Yeah, calm down. Look, it never happened over, Misaki.
毎日も
That's in the rooms. Yeah, I'm like it. And then Mitra and despite her blindness reach out and grab DT by Mikaya with precise
では兄
accuracy.
様、おやすみなさいませ。
Good night. I have a lot of energy to argue with Michiru, so I just watched as she was drinking DT along with her. I could still hear them out in the hallway.
あなた、手の届くところに置いておかないと何をしでかすかわかりませんし、私の抱き枕に
Oh, that's so nice.
おお、まさかお嬢様と一緒のベッドでスリープできますか？ぺったんこにプレスして布に転写するんですよ。
We're not able to get enough to at this hour.
するのではなく作るんですか？
That's why I faded before their voices faded into the distance. Here, the two of us just now each other what's your own in the room. Yeah. I turned off the game system Didi had left behind and started laying at my bed. Glancing around the room, I could still sense the aroma of Didi shampoo in the air. Good grief, this long day was drawing to a close.
落ち着くと思ったら何やら騒がしいことになりそうだの。
Untying the lights, I knowing how I reached for the string on my lamp. Tomorrow, click. What is this? The next day, when things right turned around for me, welcome to a pleasant fragrance day again. It had been about weeks of the last time this happened. Good morning. I gave my morning greeting of
兄様。
I opened one of my eyes, taking the sight of the ceiling. Yep, it's morning. Didn't leave out a bite with Didi last night. I turned my head sideways and sure enough, Michiru was on there on her side. Charles and I was all others, especially on the days off and whatnot. Okay, so we're on the second chair. Oh, Lily did. No, I didn't make it. I think we can do it. I think I would have to censor it if some weird shit was happening. Or pass. It was such a enticing offer that for Saturday I had seriously taken her up on it, you son of a bitch. Glancing at the time on my phone laying beside my pillow, I found it was just past 6 o'clock, much more than my usual wake-up time. Well, I'm just gonna keep lying after a bit longer. Wow. To worry what? My bats. This hand can be cursed sometimes. Yes. After teasing Michiru began caressing my face, she did so more darkly than usual, perhaps because we had more time to kill. It felt ticklish. Michiru's just moved fingers of her ran down my neck, brushing over my Adam apple, and then stopped at my chest as she checked my pulse. That's what I was in trouble if he hits you. I could feel a lot of Michiru's breath on my skin. She seemed to be more seductive with her fingers and needle. Wait, why am I getting a bad feeling about it? No, you're not. Back up. Whoa. No. I think Greg. Oh, stop. What's up? Net. Idiot. Well, that's not why. This road was gonna end, so I tried to get up, but Mitra grabbed my wrist and
Good
just.
morning です。朝飯前の
Oh,
お時
yeah,
間
hey, Katie. Ah, got signed card. Goodness in error. But seriously, go back to UK. What? Well, on Didi's eyes, alert, sauce and always Mitra yelled at her.
なんでお嬢様がここにいますか？
She was trying to go free me.
BD さんのバカバカバカバカ。せっかく良い雰囲気でしたのに。怒られる
Just
こと
a
も
timing,
褒められ
BD.
ることも何が何やら。いいから行きますよ。
And Mitra upon the tone, she tapped into the other room by the collar. Now I think about it, those two really do have good chemistry. I stifled a yawn and got out of bed. No, they say. Oh my god. This is crazy, right? Oh, running outside the front door as usual, Mitra and DT came out in their uniforms. I know Anna answered you, but she didn't take it.
ちょっとよ
Huh?
ろしいですか？今日は私がお嬢様をスクールまで連れて行こうと思うのです。
Yeah,
不満
I
は
found
ありま
that,
すが、
Mitra.
兄様が登校できない時や DD さんと兄様を引き離す手段の一環として仕方がありません。
But so, cause DD's here, she's just gonna be worse. Every goddamn week. Man, your real intentions is way too obvious. Still, I couldn't really argue with her. First point, you meant to way to leave me feeling a bit lonely. Oh, can I trust you with this, DT?
不手際があったら解雇して差し上げます。大丈夫ですよ。
Mucha and DD didn't seem to pay mind to this, but it actually would be adventurous for DD if she were fired. Jeez, I left my maid to a house guest that way. That makes two airhead girls living under the same roof. Oh, I'm so worried about you. Would you mind if I fell behind a bit?
そこまでされると恥ずかしいです。子供の初めての
While my anxieties and worries were vulturing about in my head, but I didn't have
兄様
much of a
が
choice.
お気を
Well,
つ
see
け
you
て
guys later.
またクラスルームで会いましょう。
Violin. Mitra's dudes take care, seemingly weirdly out of mess, but it's not like anything really serious gonna happen in the mail. You'd be surprised. Strong winds or mechanical failures can occasionally cause delays, but the model has never had a part point which caused serious injury. I mean, it's because it's not trained. I pondered over these things as I went on to school alone, and then, I don't know, something
レイ
wicked
君おはよ
this way comes.
う。何が危ないの？
Damn it. The wicked something throws up to me with a carefree
今日も晴
greeting.
れてて暑い
It's
ね。
nothing. Good morning. While my mother is staying by the first salary conversation, you always comes with this lever. I expect her to grab me by the necktie again for my little
いやまあ
JP,
だ
but
し
I guess. Wait, didn't we say we go on a date with her on a Sunday? Oh, no, I don't know if that's still happening though.
ほら日曜日
Important?
晴れだって。
Look on lots bashfully.
まさか
Oh, the
Oh, sige,
dates.
tama.
Nah, I just wasn't thinking about that one. The car would be like,
いくら気楽なデートって言っても私の初めてなんだから もうちょっとしっかりリードしてよね。
Oh, okay. Mikado poked me in the chest with her finger as it's a higher version, but I could tell she was trying to make the mood more playful. Hey, of course, I was just as embarrassed about it as she was. Dad, I can't go in the shopping district, so I'm not worried about the weather. I also need to just see a movie, too.
いいね。
After that, we could spend the rest of the time chatting in the coffee shop somewhere, or we could just do some window shopping. Yeah, no, not just my mouth, a bad flashback hit me. But for the love of God, don't make me shop for clothes of you.
女の子の服選びに付き合ってひどい目に遭ったことがあるんだ。
I guess apparently that would give you weird stares. How much time do you take with that stuff? You seem like the type to just buy something without worrying too much. Then looking at clothes is red eye. You're gonna make me cry
一
here.
度泣かしてみたいけど、男子のゲーム好きと同じようなものだと思うけどな。
There's a big difference. Mikado teased me carefree as ever, like she didn't care about my complaints at all. But anyway, if that's too ordinary for you, we could always try karaoke.
私が恥ずかしいからやめておいて。
Of course it is. Embarrassing? You're not tone deaf, are you? We had music class at school, but I couldn't really call anyone was being particularly tone deaf. Miss Mikado found and hesitated before mumbling a response.
それっぽい流行り歌でごまかしてるけど、本当は演歌とか誰も知らない昭和初期の人形系の歌とかが好きでね、熱唱しちゃうの。
Oh, I wanted to hear her sing something like that. And so, I arrived at school without incident. Sat for classes and waited for lunchtime. Just the same old routine. Day after day, it came the hope that something interesting would happen or change, but unfortunately today was just another normal day. No, I suppose having DD in my class counted as interesting. The English lessons were a snap for her, but the classical lit lessons just had her hanging her head in frustration. Even just watching her was fun. Shuji walked over to my desk. He announced me my Didi, who would be surrounded by a gaggle of curious classmates during every break period. What do you mean I was mad? I suppose it was only natural that Shuji would be curious given how much he loves his light novels. But still, we don't live on the same roof. I'm in the Anarplex, and there's a separate bathroom in the maid house. So that's me walking in and DDR pretty much zilch. Or Neil. Oh, that's why he's mad. Okay. I mentioned that I've seen her panties. Like, I can never say that. Oh, see, Shuji was probably more worried about me, Michiru, and all others than he was about DD. He'd probably say something like, Sonichi, which of them are you gonna pick? You better not make anyone cry so much your ass. Oh, I appreciate the advice. She's a good nerd I was talking about. Just then I realized that other people could have over here since we were talking about DD. You know, if they were mean and you stop on us, they'd definitely be perking up their ears when I mentioned her name. I had only myself to blame for that. I'll just have to spend my lunch break somewhere else with you, I guess. I got much to stay up. This time, Shuji picked up on the situation immediately and returned to his seat. Wait, time to go stick my head in the clouds again. I had a hunch Miyu would be here again, but sadly when I got to rooftop, I found Misaki there on her own. What brings you here, Misaki? Why isn't Miyu with you? No. Oh, I was trying to say, it's the good girl out there got me. Long on the branch of ODing on soon as it is. I grabbed my pocket watch and peered over the iron fenced edge of the rooftop as I spoke to Misaki. I just hope she didn't fall. Nothing, I was just checking if me fell off the rails. Yeah, I've got a plug. She done a whole lot from this rooftop. I'm sure she would. That's why I was making sure she didn't. So, Mia really isn't here today. Oh, did she go to the bathroom or is she buying drinks? Yeah. I'll think about it. Misaki wants me to treat her with courtesy. I could tie her hat if you wanted. Oh, I could design Fletcher's skirt, maybe. Oh, Misaki stamped her foot and yelled at me. No, JD, sorry, CSR. Teasing them certainly gets good results. I'm not Justin. What happened to her? I gotta see your lunch, and well, you'll have to excuse my manners, but I'm gonna do it while we talk. Follow that is allowed. What you said, I'm a wild and crazy guy anyway, you were saying. I think he was. What are you gonna do? Stars pocket vest because she's in the hospital? What can I say? That's some better. If this happened in 4 period, then I could have fixed it by going back 5 minutes later. And just for many thanks. They all the commotion over me's confession had blown over. I wouldn't have been surprised if the rooftop had been totally devoid of other people today. I was about to say, oh, you could have just texted me though, but that reminds me, I still haven't exchanged cell numbers with you yet. You said you wanted to do that before, didn't you? Well, for something like today, I'd be more to bend it. If you had been able to text me, you wouldn't have had to come all the way up here to the roof to tell me. I took out my smartphone as I talked. I thought she was getting angry when said she was switching bashfully. Well, obviously she didn't intend to word that in a sexual way, but it was so love that all the time. He might, you know, I feel like he could. He's hot with her titty or something. That's crazy. Well, it's not like I'm forcing you. For some reason, Misaki grabbed a hold of my arms as she shouted at me. She snatched my phone out of him before I could put it away and headed around so she could exchange her info with mine. Right. My phone back and looking at my contacts. Sure enough, the name ilegal Misaki had appeared at the very top of the list. Misaki groaned from ear to ear as she looked at her own phone. What are you gazing it for? I thought men don't waste time with stuff like that. But no, you wouldn't like it if I text you every morning and night either, would you? Misaki, your idea of what counts as important completely escaped me. Misaki waved her arms menacingly at me. Wow, am I her boyfriend now or something? I felt like about that repression. Misaki backed off now that we were done changing number. She likes to. She not likes to, hasn't she? Ah, I should. Misaki genuinely laughed out, leaving me behind on the rooftop. Koro? I kind of wish she would appear at that moment, but as usual, she was off somewhere else. Lots of no other option. I clicked on Misaki's name in my contacts. Maybe hold to get along a few more will do. And now she's at to send her really short messages, but having nothing else to say, I decided to send it off. I'll take them on back my own class edition. I'll bet them on mine for. Okay. Misaki's behavior was still as mysterious as ever, but I was still pretty happy to get attention from the girl. I didn't archive her message in a new folder. Knock and 5 lives and sun shooting. Bang, the door to the roof flew open. Oh, he did just say that it was a second, dang it! As Misaki came running back, I figured I should just give up on finishing my lunch until she left. Sure, it's wrong, puppy. Well, you sound almost like a kitten. Ooh. May I follow your past pregnancy symptoms? Misaki stomped the ground again. Looks like I teased her a bit too much. Well, I'll stop the jokes. That's how I'm supposed to take responsibility for. Misaki took a deep breath to calm herself down and then stared me down a little nervously. Fat, you're asking him out? Alright, I got you. Sorry, confessing me here. Decided I know what on when she ran away. I thought she was saying I had to take responsibility for blah blah. Looks like I was extroverted. I need a mailer. You're telling you what you're laughing about what to investors to ask up first. So now you're finally coming out saying it's my response in your email. Nah, I'm fine. I guess I'll see you after school then. Ow. Wait, don't push that, okay. Misaki and I still had her girl for some reason. I just signed back at her. Melon, would you call me with the email action piece? And so after school, I told Didi to see to meet Eroge, and then found myself waiting in front of the school for Misaki, who soon came skipping out of the building. You got it. It was easy to see she was in good mood, which fucked me up as well. Yeah, well, it's nice when people are easy to read like that. The mile sucked as it made its regular journey towards the shopping district. Misaki hummed to herself as she looked out the window. I initially thought she what to talk some more, but she probably thought it wasn't really like to converse with someone on public transit. I don't want to know the other people around it, so I resist the urge to tease Misaki and just sat quietly. But man, Misaki got quite the rock. Well, I really sense you, but I guess it wouldn't hurt. I never thought I really thought my school uniform had the kind of design that would make a girl bust stand out like that. Misaki putting matches up with Mikado or Mitro, bless-wise, but thanks to her period frame, the journal position is kind of enticing. They call this, her fame short stack, don't they? Misaki seemed to catch on to why I was staring and was now looking at me with a huge smirk on her face. Man, sorry, please don't mind me. No, it's not funny. Note to myself, what's for my other looking while I'm with Misaki? She caught me pretty quickly there. Good luck, and I was just going to lap around. Do you have anything in particular you wanted to do? Sweets to the end, eh? She catched me in the chin, but there wasn't any force, so it just came off as adorable. I couldn't help but smile. But we got up at the junction and headed towards the shopping district. Misaki suddenly asked me that. Didn't you hear most of it from you? Wow, that was unexpected, not to mention impressive. Misaki wasn't observing the situation only from her best friend's side. Or could that be something quite from her upbringing, or just part of her personality? Seems like it'd probably be the latter. Well, with you, I don't think there's much difference in how things turn out from what you would have told you. He was definitely not someone who would tell lies or hide things from her to save face. But I'm guessing you didn't tell you all the how you got broken hearts and all. We spent so much time that I couldn't help be sad somehow, and I ended up being turned down. Yeah, but I would say I liked her in a sexual way. I guess you could say my lingering affections for her a bit kind of like... You took that better than I thought. I figured you'd freak out on me or something. Misaki glared at me for a moment, but then her facial expression softened. You know, you got a pretty disrespectful opinion on me yourselves. But if you say so, as we agreed to disagree, I felt a deep sense of internal relief that she entered the discussion the wrong way, since we were standing around in the middle of the street and easy to spot soon. Alright, I guess the girl, well, what is wrong?
何してるの？こんなところで。
Makoto.
どこかでお会いしましたか？
Misaki gave Makoto
こ
a
の前
passing glance. Did she forget about her?
美咲ちゃんに助けてもらった人質役の城之内誠だよ。
Hey, the nigga remake. My?
悪い人で
Hey,
しょ？
that guy. What do you mean, me? Well, I guess that is basically what he is. Wait, I'm the only place that having a girl call me.
公園で先輩に絡まれてた。
Echo off.
誠さん
Was that Misaki or Romer Natural?
本当に知り合いなのね。そうなんだ。
Oh, we're
じゃ
classmates.
あ誠先輩ですね。よろしくね、美咲ちゃん。
Misaki's face lit up with a friendly smile.
なんか妙な組み合わせだね。
It kind of just
初めて見
happens.
た時はレイ君も美咲ちゃんも経営の仲みたいだったのに。
Our friends just found out of a showdown at the beach when
日活
Twilight
ロマンだね。
eating.
そうだ。
Their opinions completely contrast with each other. So are you going shopping or something, Makoto?
買い物とかじゃないんだけど、ちょっと。いや、
What's with
ちょ
that
っと
flustered look?
下見に。女子会の下見か何かですか？
Misaki cocked her head in curiosity. So she's location scouting for a date? Given how embarrassing that sounds, you sure seem to have a lot of motivation for it.
先輩。照れでしない。
Misaki tucked me hard in the side.
主役は私。なんか
I started by her seat. When she saw Misaki and me, Miss Makoto gabbled and tried to excuse herself.
いいの？はい。今日は何でもレイ先輩のおごりなんですよ。
Misaki started walking cheerfully. Makoto eyed the two upperclassmen
美咲ちゃ
who
んは
found themselves
ちゃんと
exchanging
普通の
glances.
女の子してて見本になるね。
Well, the local owner said that I was paying for anything. Makoto
私
paused, seemed to listen
男
for
の
a
人
moment.
に気風のいいところを見せられるとついつい
I'm a
キスしちゃう
guy.
癖があるかもしれないんだよね。
You cheeky laugh. But hell, not a thing. You did not mind infringing at me for stacks. Makoto laughed and chased after Misaki. I took my time following after them with a big, sad grin plastered on my face. Makoto seemed pretty jovial, too. And so I became the little knight escorting
レ
these
イ
two
君が失礼
princesses.
したってのは聞いてたけど冗談じゃなかったんだ。
Yeah, okay.
無様ですよね。
Let's have that carelessly travel open seen through every open window in the shopping district. As long as the group I couldn't help but feel like a for real sorts. Given the sources, I guess that makes me not like why I actually had a rule to play. This situation is making me feel like a fake shimpet. What exactly are you guys talking about?
楽
Just
しい
me?
話題を提供できるだなんて誇らしいことじゃない。
I get this every damn day lately, and here I was thinking people in the world took privacy seriously nowadays.
誠先輩の共通の知り合いが先輩だけだから自然と話題にしちゃってるんだけど、もし気にしてて傷つけちゃってたら謝るわ。
I appreciate the sentiment. No, I'm a road better sooner.
それも人気男の意地だ
The calm I eventually after she was strangely moved by my previous statement. During her family times, I got her definition of few ways of standing in the sightest. But never mind that. Well, I'll remind me of something I wanted to ask, so putting me aside for a minute. Yeah, you have boyfriend before.
なんでそんなこと先輩に話さなきゃいけないのよ
You bought fast, didn't you? They couldn't get mad fast. Right
私は
now, so
彼
it's
氏
a
が
good
いた
chance
こ
to
となん
find
て
out.
ないよ
The pig, and she's honestly without even breaking a sweat.
彼氏くらい言いたことがあるわよ
No, you haven't. Your turn.
おお
Really now? More of my fellow classmates are white. Further teasing. So, how many boyfriends have you had?
まさか美咲ちゃんほどのいい女なら一人ってことはないでしょ
Oh, so you're about 50, right?
そうね
I'm like 5. Oh, that's nothing I expect none less from me yet. Panda loves his precise daughter. So, I need to go out with your first boyfriend.
すごいな1年で5人も彼氏がいたんだいやちょっと間違えたかも去年じゃなくて3年前
No! What? From the Hezekiah CB12? Oh, another guy. What? Through consciousness.
同じ女子としてリスペクトしちゃうなもしかして私からかわれてる
People.
レイ君次は何して遊ぼうか
So, sure, Prince in the saga here in bad time, naturally.
役ながら協力するからねあなたたち何をいい話としてまとめようとしてるの
And let's see what toilets. Echo up. Misaki's asking her about the run me from licking up like a cheddar. Extreme ricochet. Exquisite. Hey, Misaki, give me your strengths of anger on sublime
いい
exquisite.
話とか深い話みたいにしてごまかすのをやめろって言ってるのよどこが
Man, where was
さすが
me?
にもう騙されないと思うよ
I guess, I guess Misaki just isn't ready for prime time, I guess.
なんだと思ってるの
Just going in. Oh, yes, and she stamped around like usual. She just took it. Then people were on, it's right.
その前に
There's a question over there,
私に言うことがあるわよね 謝
Oh,
罪
no,
を
it's thank you for Antonio's. I did it. I just feel like egging her. I just felt like egging her along. So, if you had just one chance to turn back time and live your life from any point in the past, how far would you turn the hands of time?
時間を巻き戻す
I bet I must have done too sudden asking that since I just stared blankly at me and saw. You don't have to think about it too much. It's just a little survey I've been doing. It's in my. Really good, that last. So you want to make it more passionate,
気持ちを抱いたまま過去に戻れたらきっと真っ
Yeah.
されたはずねレイ君さすがに自重しないと過去どころか未来で刺されるよ
Oh, similar hunch myself. Seriously though, do you really not have anything you want to do over Misaki? I think everyone has at least one day regret for the past. Misaki expression suddenly turned serious as she immersed in her bath.
今のまま過去に戻っても仕方ないのよ
Quite to sound loud, the mood had suddenly become very sullen, but all the same, I didn't feel like teasing her. Miss McCall also glanced at me with the expression that clearly said, "Not the right time, buddy."
私はやり直したいことなんて何もないからね。ないよ。
Maybe Makoto was trying to lighten the mood a bit, but her answer seemed so apathetic that there wasn't really anything I could say. I see, thanks, you too.
性格診断
Yes, and now, the definite personality test. Dai, if I give you both a personality test, I think you would come out not alone. But you're so compatible, but you're so psychotic at the same time. Especially you, Makoto, I think you're actually a psychopath. Something like that. Actually, that's probably the best way to describe it. Ever since I quit Bollywood, I've taken an interest in how people think about the past and the future. It seems that people who want to go back in time several years and redo a massive portion of their life are few and far between. I was expecting Misaki to give such a depressing answer, so now they definitely both go over I asked them that. Sorry asking you to, but I guess I would have been wiser to say that before I asked instead of after. Before Misaki could finish her sentence, I heard in my pocket watching this guy. I was gonna say he totally would go back after he did it. Oh my. I love that. Ooh, all the shadows.
何をいい話としてまとめ
No, Misaki suddenly surprises me, made me jump with surprise. This is the part where we were taking the Mickey out of Misaki, right? Oh no, Carter, wait, I'm sorry.
ちゃんと謝れるんじゃない
Oh, my immediate apology quenches Misaki's anger and smiling, her gazing at me with
切り替えが
confusion.
早かったね
I just started letting a shit by her in the future, that is all. Or cool, explain myself when Mikado pointed out my change of behavior. How about I treat you some tea and cake to make it up to you?
ケーキは先輩の私への好意としておごってもらうのよ大岡さばきだね
Ooh, is this toxic? Did he once resolve a dispute between two women over the custody of a child by asking them to grab each of his arm and wait? Don't make me explain you further.
とか知ってますか
Her anger having been extinguished quite suddenly, indeed. Misaki greatly
落
pressed
ち着いて話せる場所で
Makoto for suggestions.
甘いものが美味しいって条件までつけると先輩は
Today, we went other than family restaurants and karaoke boxes myself.
本当に普通の生活してるんですねせっかくだし
You see, it's like it's a bad thing.
開拓をしようかその方が楽しそうですね
And plus, if it goes bankrupt, I'll be the one losing money. Forget I said that. That's kind of a bad habit of mine.
大企業の跡取りだって教育を受け直した方がいいんじゃないの
Oh, fingering my stack right back to me. Yeah, I guess I know what I'm beat. Mikado, who had been looking around anxious, suddenly made a weird noise.
何
Damn. Misaki tried to ask her about it, but Makoto while we wait on steady legs without a response. Misaki and I glanced in the direction as she walked and discovered Makoto was not being enchanted by a cafe, but by a pet shop. There was a shop that had cages installed on the cars, and there was a corner where customers were trying to play free with the animals. Misaki, are you an animal lover too? She made her own fishing. Not the adorable
犬がいいわよね
rascal.
きちんとしつけられている子が
I don't think I like you. I'm not a fan of dogs. I prefer a cat. That is why I prefer from you, man. If we went in the gas and not pupping
主人は
dogs.
絶対不安で命じられた通り機敏に動く子だったらなおさら素敵
Oh, yeah, how do you need you the fucking dumb? Yeah, I figured you'd be into that.
先輩は
Her smile disappeared when I said that, just as expected. That is a blurry choice, which causes even deeper rifts between people than their fervent type books of fun. So I have to refrain from commenting on that. I played at the pet shop. Say you want to go in there?
ちょっと私には子供っぽい催しな気もするけど、誠先輩も入ろうとしてるんだから仕方ないわね。
If Misaki had a tail, I'm certain it would have been vehement more vitally in spite of the astounding expression she wore on her face. I'm bet if they're going to be cute girls playing with animals already slash. Oh damn. Well then I love putting it all through them.
居心地良くなって脱げなくなったふぬけみたいな気はするけど。
You're too short for me. And so, Makaru and Misaki, both seemingly in a trance, were given a brief explanation on conduct from the store employee before they entered the cage. Apparently, Nathal had been quite taken to the bunnies. With that one expression of absolute elation, she was hugging a baby bunny as loving arms around her, waiting for their own turn. She really did look like she died and got into heaven. It was a wonderful thing to behold. So a bunch of guitar playing with a whole bunch of bunnies would make for a practice photo. I took a stout shot with my phone camera and then turned my gaze to Misaki. In sharp contrast to the dialogue voicing out of where her pitiful scream pieced. Can I sense The second found her best as dogs approached her from all sides. I bet she would have wanted to be jumped on by a bunch of cute puppies down. Her awkward position had her visibly in my way, but she couldn't bring herself to screw the puppies off her. That's just what you think. I didn't find a customer, that's my friend in there. Of course, while I was starting to recognize me as a companion, asked me if you need help, but I play with him now. I'm such a nice guy. Wakao was in the same cage with her, so Misaki tried to send her a SOS. He's screwing and now. Misaki sent her guys sending commands at them. The puppy stopped from our din, but then oh, Misaki, stay crying. Oh, Misaki, I'll be there. I found the response in my head that sounded cold, then I switched my camera. Oh, it didn't Fellow, he no whole chaotic mess on floor. I stood there without a care in the world. How could I be forced to savor only one of these two charming young ladies? God truly has a cool sense of humor. All the same, the day wrapped up on quite a high note for me. God, she's never good at Ellen. She's not even thinking of something like that. Their date. My normal everyday routine repeated without variation. Dee Dee's fan club finally started to calm down a bit as well, so I finally wasn't able to appreciate humanity's better invention of air conditioning while eating lunch in the classroom. But while the weather around me was seemingly being drained of excitement, I was getting butterflies in my stomach. And the weekend drew closer. That's the time for my date with Makoto. Ice. And before I knew it, it became Sunday. My heart really was something like a drum as I waved from Kaido in front of the station. There was still quite a lot of late before I agreed time of 1 o'clock, but I couldn't settle down. Nervously, I reflected on our itinerary for today. We would both eat lunch before meeting up, then go see a movie. After that, we would find someone to drink tea and bad time into the evening. Going on a date was a new experience for both of us. I had insisted to her that it was just a test case, not a serious date, and I planned to finish it up before I did anything to make a fool of myself. Nevertheless, it was still a date. At the time I had view Misaki, this was the first time that I had actually sold our proper date. Effectively, one might say that unfold that I finally taken that first step towards getting a girlfriend and graduating from my status as a person. Like when man took his first step on the moon, I even took the proper precautions too. I gently cried in my pocket. While I didn't expect things to go that far with Makoto, I still brought a cup. What is? That's crazy minutes. Hey, Bilbo, wait a minute. God, once. I didn't actually use them, but I always knew the basics of how to pinch the air out of the tip in the middle of that line. Wait, put yourself there and had to interact with you. My name. I growling so suddenly. Hey, already. I get it. Stop, probably me couldn't help but wonder if I believed in miracles. I make it happen. Well, so I lost my early decision thoughts. A voice ringing out next to me made me stagger back a few steps. That's a crazy good outfit. Well, guys, and Makoto was standing right next to me. Makoto showed me an awkward, breathful smile, but at the same time, he was incredibly charming. More importantly, more than anything, that outfit of hers. So cute! Well, not the stylish uniform she usually wore. The clothes she wore to the date was very fancy and feminine. The skirt didn't try off the legs as much as her usual outfit, but the skirt was done to suppose more skin along the side than the giving off alluring yet also didn't air her kind of appearance. But above all, she was dressing like this for a date for me. Even the father was making me giggy. Diddy. It's a snap Ronald. Damn it, that outfit hit me like a bad blow. I was being so confused. Makoto raised her eyebrows viciously at my strange behavior. I think it looks cute as hell on you. It was just too darn cute. I didn't have any to her yet. Even the outfit didn't make her look adorable. It's not make her look younger. It's Janine Drax to correct position with her. Well, it's a for a way to be serious. Does it need to be that huge? Is it me? I used. Chas was shining well. If looks good, yeah. You usually wear clothes like that inside the school?
でも今日はせっかくだし堅気の私らしくって決めたの。
Oh, haha, Makoto responded so enthusiastically, it didn't seem appropriate to tease her about it. But still, holy crap. It's so cute. If I pocket watch from Kurt upon, I'll go back in time to make my past self that did. If my pocket watch has your file, I'll go back in time to my past self that didn't notice Makoto until she was right next to me and boop my ass. That's how cute she was.
こんな私が相手だけど
Ah, what is it?
今日はよろしくね。
Oh, Makoto gave me a little smile. I was so nervous and excited at the moment that I could only not sound like, when I was a good balancing out myself, you lucky fuck! With that little lightless spectacles, I killed that fight. Wow, my, were you past school if you going on a date today? I tried asking that rather casually, but Makoto left it off. Well, I guess it worries me a little.
でもお父さんにレイ君が相手だって言ったら、おう、沢渡りの坊主か。まあいいだろうって笑ってたよ。
Oh, no, not to make up his opinion on me, wow. Well, on that possible first said, well, I suppose fine. It was kind of scary to think about, so I didn't press the issue. As Makoto and I was trying about familiar things, I was starting to feel more at ease. Alright then, let's get going. Yeah, did you decide what you'd like to see? I told her before that I'd be fine with whatever movie she picked out.
上映してるのかなって調べたら、すっごく見たいもの見つけちゃったの。
Oh, you did?
席が取れなくなったらいけないと思って、レイ君に伝える前に前売り券を買っちゃったんですけど。
Oh, sorry, Mr. Pepper. Wow, don't worry, I'm cool with that. Makoto looked so irritated. Her joy was rubbing off on me somewhat. The matter put some kind of romantic comment here done actually in herself, but the way she's acting, I can only as to what kind of kids movie or something she picked out. They all have no like that in mind. So what kind of movie is it?
これを見られるなんて奇跡なんじゃないかなって作品なんだけど。バックチューチ、総長賭博のリバイバルだよ。え？どうしたの？
Oh, so I forgot whatever. What's the target?
鶴田浩二さん主演の60年代の人気映画の傑作だよ。
That was her choice? The girl in a furry dress is taking me to see a Yatsukun secret movie? Oh, of course.
ちょっとレイ君、目頭なんか押さえちゃってどうしたの？わかる。
Well, I found some of the shots.
私もこれが上映してるって知った瞬間、思わず体が熱くなっちゃったもん。
That's why Matt. Macabre that she finally found someone who understood her feelings. Clapped me on the back. We started walking with her excitedly dragging me by the arm. What have I got myself into? Her chest against my arm felt back footing, but the sense of happiness that feeling gave me was there with everything else. I pray to God to become so to the end of this day. Of course, there was no God to hear my prayers 2 hours later. Oh, Macabre, her joyous hoarsely shouted in the middle of the shopping district without care in the world for all the people watching. I want to bring her into a cafe to drink tea because her boorishness would be a nuisance to the other customers, but she kind of didn't care one jot about that. Every so often she would get so overrun by her enthusiasm that she would stop to pound on the street lights as she walked by them. I was aware that she would hold her hands at first, but when she started to put cracks in the steel poles, I managed to worry more about damaging a public property. Has still always been that soft.
昔ながらの義理人情もいいと思うけど、あの 悲劇性と葛藤劇は他の映画にはない味だと思うんだ。
Yeah, the movie was actually surprisingly good, so I had to agree with her. Yeah, there were some parts where the dragon flew right over my head.
中井さんの名台詞。任侠道か。そんなもんは俺にはねえ。俺はただのケチな人殺しなんだ。もうよかったー。
Yeah, she was someone else. I'm immediately not in agreement to everything she said since I was still improving from this stressful situation. After all, that movie she took me to show was something else. The front interest was guided by a man who appears to live the opposite of an upstanding life. When we were about to go in, they glared at both of us that said, "The hell are you two brats doing hanging around here?" But when the road to Makata was, the path in front of us opened up like Moses party to recede. We were immediately shown to the best seats in the house and given soda and popcorn bottomless refills. When the meal reached its climax, all the men in the building were holding back tears, and after the last meal, they all left in stoic silence. All of those endings were quite a new experience to me. And now I felt like a balloon caught in a windstorm. Makaya had been delirious shy for a long time, but she simply come around me but was staring at her. Welcome back. Nah, it's no problem. Since you enjoy the movie that much, it makes me feel glad that I invited you out. Overall, again, out loud, I was still telling Makata the truth. Makata smiled nervously. Well, you have fun, right? That's what a date should be. This time, Makara's mouth curled up into a genuine happy smile. I'd never seen a girl smile so happily before in my life, regardless of what the movie was like. It really moved me to know that I could make a girl so happy. I simply wanted to embrace her right then and there, but I restrained myself. Suddenly, Makara staggered for no discernible reason. What's wrong? Did she now? Foucault mumbled, reproaching herself on her breast. My eyes popped open and I froze. What a disappointment that was. Wait, if I go back in time, I pulled out my brain, but I quickly irritated. I have it already used it, and Makoto would have been delusional this I really did have her right in there. Anyways, isn't her all that hard making you kind of thirsty? I just try to act like my normal self. I bet when I look at this plant, there's ecstasy inside. As Makoto left, I surveyed our surroundings. They were pretty restaurant, but I wasn't sure which place would be best considering the mood we were in. I had the same problem when I came here with Misaki. It wouldn't be right to just go for a fast food for this kind of occasion. Suddenly that day culminated with a accumulation of Misaki running out of the pet shop, and we went home soon after that. Wanna stop for sweets somewhere, Makoto? Alright then. We both continued walking together looking for a place to eat, and then Makoto suddenly saw a strange extractation and bolted over to a store we happened to be passing by. What the? My laugh and I watched Makoto run over to the store and then proceed to embrace a gigantic stuffed bunny that had been placed on the counter. When she read out, was instantly recalled on her face to read it as a bee.
今のは謎の力で足がよろめいて危ないどうしようって時にこのぬいぐるみが目について これに抱きついたらクッションになって安全だからという思いがうさちゃんという一言に凝縮されて。
Yeesh, enough with that long-winded explanation already. How implausible can you get? Given how she clung to it with such desperation, my comment shattered her serious facade. The class started crying pathetically as she held onto the stuffed animal like he couldn't bear to let go of it. So it's not just real life, it's you of Steph wants to. Your room must be fine. Stuffed animals.
私はレイ君の前だとこんな。よよよよよよよ。
like how the villain started sobbing even more. How could you be so damn cute? But Kyle and the stuffed rabbit were a perfect match with our side pulled out of the nest. Wow, I brought a stuffed animal for you. Ricardo shook her head with unusual haste. Well, I didn't end up paying for the movie tickets, and it'd be a good memento for our first date.
もしかしてこういうぬいぐるみの値段を知らない？
Oh, it couldn't be that expensive. Wait, I don't believe it. That's $10. Without $120. My casual went to the price tag, gave me one out of a case of sticker shock. I thought that would be $1,000 yen at most. She was silent out of almost perfect shows. As she continued to cling to the stuffed animal, I thought it was a fat lover watching her. I actually had the money to buy it. Plenty of cash around in case we need to get a hotel. My mom was practically bursting, but it wasn't so you needed a lot of money very much anyways. But still, I felt really conflicted because I didn't want to buy her a gift with then getting to lottery tickets. I wanted to buy it with money I earned myself. And I was wanting to make it a memento of our first date above all of it made me want to use my own money. Isn't that weird? Why am I all overthinking it like this? I just wanted to use the pocket watch to make my daily life more interesting and get a girlfriend, and I wasn't such a moron. But I wasn't all that bad, but not feeling anymore. 20,000 yen was it? Since my aunt isn't no larger than all schools. That would share a large sum of my New Year's money than I could possibly. No, I'm gonna buy after all. When I drew my mind was because turned to be astonished. Crazy out. Oh, no, I did say that. I'm sorry for getting to now. But that's never embarrassed me. Now I just worry about it. Oh, come on. I'm not enough of them to be not out to buy it and give it to someone other than you. Nah, is it? Well, now we early nothing like this. I couldn't help but get the muffins. If you want me so much that you want to never know, then you should be happy. Well, the thought was erected for the same reason that I hesitated. That was only reasonable. But here, let me put it this way. If you want to die, you have to give me a kiss. Instead. Nah, Shimaka, I was confused. Then just let me buy it already. Well, prefer well, but she was still looking back and forth between me and Mr. Family. Then it's decided. I didn't want to wait for her to calm down and instantly refused, so I went to the store and paid the clerk for it. It took me less than a minute to buy and came back. Of course, Mikao was further innocent where he left her. A man never goes back on his word. I hope you cherish it. After what just happened, found out Sir Mikao can always stare at me with a blank expression. But man, my lull is hurting right now. I guess I'll have to screen and save for a bit. Thought about the feeling somewhere in my head that I was just being yourself, but it was not that bad, after you Link. Song Mikao, close your eyes and let out a bit of a research sigh. I was walking past him. I was a little confused for a moment until she suddenly kissed the stuff it was placed and shoved in. Mikao gave me a sincere expression of gratitude from their side of the message started blocking my. But Mikao was completely calm, but I felt a little bit emotional. It was where Koda had kissed her. Then she pulled it away.
通の女の子らしかったでしょ。
The clown embarrassed about what she just told the stuffed animals and showed me a great big smile. If you go on a date with someone you fancy and you're feeling like, man, I'm having so much friends being with them, I think that's when you should start just being in a whooshu with that person. I remember that word that had came in my own mouth, and I still thought they were every bit as truthful as now. I wanted to find a girlfriend who did make me happy and who I could make happy as well. But now, at this point in time, I didn't quite have that feeling just yet. I thought Mark I had just met for the first time the real girl named Jindensi Makoto. Hello? TikTok. First time advances. Now then. It had been over 2 weeks since our conversation with Suji and Miyu. The month was July, and the peak of summer heat had arrived. All alone had to be more proactive, and I got to know several girls who were all tied together in a prayer way. But honestly, my situation wasn't changing. Now matters of being alive as far as been a version without a girl. Taking the next step forward would require courage. After one utterly boring day of school, the first choice I had to make appeared before me. Wow, let's get on. I was very excited. As soon as class ended, I felt my phone, which had been on silent mode, vibrate in my pocket. I had received a text from Michiru, who was asking me if I wanted to go spend time with her, and Misaki. I had not anything else to do after school, so I was just about to respond, probably where for when. No. You keep skipping over to me. What's up?
ご主人様も一緒にどうですかと誠さんに言われたのでお誘いです。
Okay, so this is what you mean when you get your first choice. Thank you, game, for finding my first choice. I think that I can find the prologue for now.
別にそんな積極的に言ったわけじゃない。
Oh, we didn't even time on these conflicting requests. I had to think about it for a brief moment. Well, now I've told these two that Michiru and Misaki had just invited me out as well. Maybe the five of us could have gone out some karaoke. How human features like this can determine one's fate. Choice. The dilemma of selecting one's outcome or forbearing another decision. No matter how familiar I was with these girls, I knew from experience that nothing would happen unless I made a move. Plus, I've been thinking that before sending a break, lads, I would confess my feelings to one particular person I had my heart set up. I mean, what the hell, it's summer. That's why I made my choice to... Oh, why do you these days? Why? The way I'm not nothing as high as big. I'm just getting... I was wondering when my first goddamn choice was gonna come. So, we can develop a relationship with Didi and Chrono, or we can go with Michiru and Misaki. Nah, fuck it. I'm gonna go with Michiru and Misaki. My first plans! Sorry, I have plans. I had up my smartphone so they could see.
それではご主人様 See you です。
Maybe we can hang out some other time? I said my goodbyes to those two. But anyway, there's other fish in the ocean, so it's those two, huh? It was a shame I had to turn the others down, though I was lucky to even have the ability to make such a choice. I think that it comes down to they trust what you can confess. But I'm saying, well, the direction this game is heading to, and but damn, this game's getting good. I'm excited. 2 hour apprentices to tend to after all. I typed my response to Michiru's text, all banded right there, bringing an pleasant apple with me.
どちらが白雪姫なんですか兄様
As Michiru took my hand, she asked that question of me. Well, I just figured a pleasant apple would be a necessary for you.
あら私をお姫様にしてくれるなんて先輩にしては気が利いてるわね
Let's see if us here that came and meet in the alright, each gave expressions akin to polar opposites. But where's Miyu? Okay, so I'm guessing her, she's the first character you met. She's about her map's gonna be like kind of a lost red.
自意識過剰だと思います。
Is she avoiding me? I hope you're right. Oh, I accompanied the two princesses to the shoe lockers and then and we then regrouped outside the school.
その辺を歩いてればいいでしょう。
Michiru answers as if she was used to dealing with Michiru. Hey, I'm excited to see how this game goes. Like, Misaki is she was used to dealing with Michiru. Honestly, it's easier to hang out with Michiru because our options are more limited. Oh. What's that word again? ChronoClock keeps arcades and bookstores. Michiru doesn't allow to avoid any of those places. Matter that Michiru prefers beaches and other places with nature, since there's such a rich variety of sound and smells for her experience. Misaki, thanks for coming along with Michiru. I patted her on the head. There. You're being a good friend to Michiru here, so I'm just trying to say thanks.
私は何かに目をつけることもできませんが。
Your ears and intuition seem sharp now, still. Misaki signed. Okay. There were lingering tension in the air, wondering what it could have been for months. I soon realized. I think about it, none of these two to room, but I haven't seen you around her like this before. But so, seeing both of you enjoy hanging out with Miyu. I don't want to get that kind of vibe from you.
放課後になるとどこかへ姿を消されることが多いですね。
Are you studying at a cram school or something? Misaki pursed her lip and turned away. I guess it'd be rude to keep prying, but nonetheless, I noticed that Michiru had been holding Misaki's hand rather than mine ever since I left them at the shoes locker. It was kind of a pleasant feeling to see these two old ladies holding hands, so I figured it was best if I didn't tease Misaki and purring to quiet her a bit. We casually strolled through the neighborhood around the school area.
今日もいい天気ね。それは暑いからわかるでしょうけど。肌がピリッとしますね。でも風があるので涼しいです。花もたくさん咲いてる。雨が降らないとちょっと元気ないかも。あ、猫がいた。黒猫。近くですか？遠く。もう見えなくなっちゃった。前を横切られなくてよかったわね。DD さんから聞きましたが、イギリスでは場所によって黒猫が目の前を横切るのは幸運の証なんだそうですよ。
I thought it was bad luck.
日本と逆なんだ。
As Misaki described her surrounding, Michiru listened with fascination. For someone who was in her sight, it is certainly a way of having fun. Misaki really is good at taking care of others. Would it have been better if I hadn't come? I muttered that under my breath, but Misaki evidently heard it.
むしろ兄さん
Come on, I'm not that jealous
も
of
っと
butter.
性格と道徳心をかながり捨てて私を求めてください。
I'm not it.
しました。
はい。
かなぐり捨ててなんて下品な言葉遣いでしたね。そういう問題じゃないでしょ。ですね。でも兄様も美咲さんがいれば自分はいらないなんて気にしなくていいですよ。兄様がいるだけで私の世界は輝いて見えますから。 それは以前と同じネタですね。
Love is blind.
今回恋は先行手榴弾。
No.
うわ
That's too
話
cryptic.
には聞いてたけど、みちるって先輩本人にも本当にそういうこと言ってるんだ。
Misaki's eyes popped open upon hearing Michiru's pouring out her feelings are big. No, hi, it makes you want to slap some sense into her, right? Oh, the conversation to that flight when Misaki's face
先
hardened.
輩もみちるも実の兄弟なのよね。血がつながっていない義理の関係とかじゃなくて。
Of course.
私が言うことじゃないんでしょうけど。
Misaki!
あなた、兄様にどこまで気があるのですか？
Misaki, oh, both unfolded at the sudden shift in the conversation. Misaki turned to face Michiru, still in confusion.
とか何のことよ。わかりやすく訂正いたしましょう。どれだけ本気で兄様に好意を抱いているんですか？
That took
私がこの先輩を好きかってこと？ええ。距離を置けなどと言われてしまったので、良い機会ですし、お聞きしておこうかと。
yeah, if you try saying that, she might take that wrong and think you like him. What kind of bullshit timing is that?
なんで私がよりにもよって沢渡の御曹司を気にしなきゃいけないのよ。そりゃあ先輩は顔は人並みだけど話してると面白いし、ちょっとドキドキしちゃうし、予想外でワクワクもするけど。
Well,
それに安藤と沢渡なら家柄も文句ないし、ちょっと考えちゃうし、でもそんなことで人の好き嫌いって考えちゃいけないのよ。それとこれとは話が別でしょ。あれ、私先輩のことけなしてる？そんなつもりはないのよ。別に嫌いじゃないし。
oh, God.
ただ
Oh, gosh, I hate you at ours. Misaki kept yelling, but halfway through, she lost her
とに
train
か
of
く
thought.
私は先輩のことなんて嫌いじゃないんだからね。ビシッ。予想以上には
Like, hi, Leonard. We shared mutual astonishment at her outburst. Wow, I'm falling out with you too, Misaki. I'm not teasing this time, I really think that, so I thought I should taste it. Misaki brows up and her cheeks turn red. This is a trick I learned from you. If you state your feelings out loud clearly, it's usually sad to me if embarrassing.
愛する妹の前で何を良い空気を醸し出しているのですか？
You can buy out first, didn't you? You're in a position to
誇ら
complain.
しいお言葉。
You should Sadistic. He Michiru narrowed her eyes and showed me a passionate,
兄様
sadistic
の
grin.
周囲が盛っていて、私もムラムラ。
Nah, diversing me there, nah, DD is leading us, and I've become more proactive in my life. It seems Michiru's face has been lit too. The bomb at the end of that fuse would probably destroy the entire universe.
甘いものが食べたいわ。
Die about it.
私も喉が渇いたので、クリームソーダが飲みたいです。
I'm a parent for those, aren't I? Jeez. I couldn't tell if Misaki understood my problem or not. Careful for fire sweets. To the sweets. Young maidens are nothing if not loyal to their appetites and eater's sense. Well, I find I'm enjoying getting dragged along with their whims. It is the springtime of youth, after all. We stopped into a quiet, air-conditioned cafe and talked until evening, then parted ways with Misaki at the station. After that, the two of us walked home. You sure you don't want to take the monorail? So I actually get to see his face for once. Like, I know Chrono shows his face, but we haven't seen like a full view of his face at least. I was wondering what he looked like at least. He tried out, told me she wanted to walk home, but I just wanted to make sure. You left a lot today, so you're probably tired. But after the cloud was setting sun, Michiru quietly smiled. Well, just long enough you could tell, as I seem to keep saying. Oh my god. Fuck. Michiru giggled. Holding my little sister by hand, we took our time walking back home. Every so often, I hear the sound of Michiru's parcel hitting the ground as she waved it in front of her. This is kind of nostalgic. When you were a kid, I used to practice walking with a cane all day into sunset. Look, I know I really want to believe, but back then you were so upset about losing yourself. Sad, but I know what I said. What I really wanted to ask you was, how did things turn out this way? Michiru stopped walking and started spinning around, playing with her parcel and smiling. That's because you'd always accidentally hit me with your cane. Don't worry about it. Even if I did still have some of them, I consider them patches of art. Clear. Long months. Oh, I was just remaking my happy movie in 2 minutes ago. Quick, after my style. Michiru squeezed my hand a little harder. Oh, shit. I'm shy. Oh, god damn it. My sister was probably dirty. Whatsoever. Wait, is that what he said? As ever. Michiru understood that I was finally getting serious about finding a girlfriend. She especially understood how the leading candidates were Misaki and herself. I need just a little more time to give you an answer. Michiru giggled and nodded. That is a fucked up way of saying that. Right, you and set. I think we're still playing that texting with Misaki again. She's all faking things here. Yeah, how am I supposed to respond to stuff like this? I have no experience on so I was stuck. Damn it! I heard the TV's voice from the hallway. Perfect timing. Yeah, just a sec. I sent Misaki one last text. Just got a visitor, so I'll text you again later on tonight. Come in! Getting into the room, clad in her maid uniform. Good work. JJ seemed pretty happy at the maid since all the work kept her occupied. She fell down on the floor in front of me. Nothing, just texting. I followed the lines for her, but I swear from received the text, especially that moment. Well, absolute bonkers test, mind you, but Misaki's name was displayed clearly
美咲
on
ち
the
ゃんでし
display
た
as the
か。
center.
もしかしてお
Well,
別れの
hey.
先にあったお約束というのは美咲ちゃんでしたか。
Yeah, her and Michiru. DD turned her
ご主
head from
人
one
様
side
は
to the other
小
and
さい
asked
子に
another
興
question.
味がありますか。
I saw it's just I beg your fucking pardon. Oh, so very awful when you
年
act like
下の
that.
子が好きですか。
Oh, yeah. In contrast to her joking words, her expression was very serious. That's right. Given the circumstances, I needed to be clear with DT about this fiance
そう
stuff.
ですか。
Oh, I can't marry
で
you,
は
DT.
言い名付けはキャンセルしましょう。仕方ないじゃないですか。
May I ask, quick?
もともとグランパたちがお酒を飲みながらした冗談のプロミスですからね。
DT smiled and innocently stood up. What's wrong?
これでも私
Already?
の年頃のガウンなんですよ。
DT was still smiling. Her friend, smile would disappear the second she left the room. Good night, DT. I wished her good night so she could go back to her room. DT quietly left the room. Was that the first time she actually called me by my name? I lay down on the bed again and needed the D sign. My heart felt like it ever had a pierced it. But it was alright. It was the same kind of pain I felt from you.
なかなか残酷だ。
Say you were here. I propped myself up and looked at Kuro, who had floated into the room for somewhere.
小言言いに出てこようと思ったのだがな。
She came out alive from the UK to see me. I can't help but feel bad for DD. I thought I was talking to Kuro made the truth
距離は
fall from my
関係
lips
なかろう。
almost without realizing it.
それに DD も最初から覚悟はしていたはずだ。だが
I guess
人
so.
はそれでも悲しむものか。時間に縛られた存在
I
は
guess so.
ままならぬものよな。
That probably wasn't any deeper meaning behind Kuro's words, but somehow I had a feeling her words contained a subtle set of wistfulness, even if it was probably just imagination. If I could turn back time forever and choose another to develop with, there could only be one first love for me, and the reckoning to decide who that first one who was at hand. Okay, so you're getting close. This again. The next day after school, I turned my head to one side as it goes in the corner of my hand. Probably her Misaki a little late, but one day her constant text message suddenly stopped. How honestly, I feel like a reefer guy like me who doesn't normally text that much, but it's usually right around this time. But I thought about the clock in the empty classroom, saying that it really was the Houston. Mama, she would text me when she went to branch school or her lessons. Misaki would text me about every little thing she did, so today we were having a little concerns. Just like that, my plans for today were decided. It's time to play detective.
レイ先輩。
Oh, I haven't seen you in a bit. Shared sides. Yo. Walking down the hall past the first year's classroom, I saw me for the first time in quite a while. Are you headed home?
先輩は元気ですか。
Okay, yeah. Yeah. It was inevitably that the conversation would turn out like this. It wasn't that she was uncomfortable with the situation, rather it seemed she was comfortable enough that she couldn't calm down.
ここにいるってことは1年生の教室にいようですか。みちるちゃんなら先に帰りましたけど。また行き当たり
Actually, I'm
ばったり
playing
なんですね
detective. And Miyu giggled as if she was wondering back when we pretended to be lovers. Oh, it's not about Michiru. Have you seen Misaki? Miyu kept her head to the side. Did you think he was weird too? I'm a little concerned, so I wanted to look in the classroom. Heaven away. Miyu didn't know where Misaki was here. You guys about it too, then why don't you search it with me? Yeah, the influence. Wow, shit. Mobile's dead. Give it a second. Best of luck then. Shannon, oh, there are gonna be choices. Miyu smiled politely, gave me a little bow, and then left. Now then, my amateur detective gambit had hit a bit of snag since I've now exhausted my leads. This wasn't a matter that could be solved by turning back time here. That is also from I got a text. That's from Miyu. She was relaying the anecdote to me that Misaki's shoes were still in her shoe locker. She'd be a much better detective than me. A socially awkward, chess, anxious, grade skipping genius girl. Mama thought I should leave her in a cottage in the mountains during storm, somewhere in the middle of nowhere that the police would take forever to get to. Realigning my plan, I could deal with for Misaki. I should leave no stone unturned. Like a proper detective. At very least, I knew Misaki was still in the building. Just to be sure, I went to the first floor and checked Misaki's shoe locker myself. After that, I went right up to the rooftop. No one. Well, I wasn't planning anyone to be there anyways. I looked up and down the hallway, searching each floor from then until... Okay? In this one hallway, unlike the hallway, something didn't seem right. After school ended, they would turn off the air conditioning and blue, so various type of noises could be heard throughout building. I heard people talking in the classroom, athletes shouting outside in the field, and instruments being played in the music. I suppose this sensitivity to sound I picked up was autonomous by way of Michiru, but something caught my attention. Placing trust in my instincts, I turned my ears more sensitive and continued to... It was unexpected. Oh, so she's actually practicing. Rather unstressed. Mixed in with the sound of the woodwinds being played, I could sense the fake test whisper of a lone violin. Oh, that's what it is. Happening across an empty, disused classroom, I discovered the individual playing that instrument was Misaki. I stilled my breathing and peeked at her through towards one window. The first thought to cross my mind was she's beautiful. Misaki, the ever-boisterous girl, was staring hazily at her reddened scholar. Each trousered blow across the violin strings extracted toneful notes from music from them. No wonder she wasn't answering my text. Her phone was turned off. I saw her. She was so deep in focus, she probably wouldn't have been able to hear her phone going off anyways. So Misaki plays the violin. She's pretty good. I unthinkingly said it out loud. With my family being who they are, my parents had taken me to concerts a few times as a kid, and I've heard a few bit of classical music that way. I was by no means expert on the genre, but I could tell that while Misaki wasn't a professional violinist, by any means, she wasn't an amateur either. Simply put, Misaki hadn't just taken up the violin today, little and yesterday. So what do I do? Misaki had never mentioned this before, even her best friend Miyu didn't know about it, so she must be practicing in secret. And then, suddenly Misaki's gaze locked onto me. Did she notice me? Her performance concluded. Misaki said nothing, but it was plain to see what she was thinking. That plop was written all over her face. I waved hello to her, and she screamed to put her violin in school relay. What? As she was doing that, I opened the door to the room. No, you weren't texting me like you should, so I came looking to you. As I spoke, I couldn't surround the classroom. It was definitely in a state of disuse. Still, how did any sound leaked out of here? It must have been used before for people to practice or record music. In case the violin's clear out again, I'll be impressed. If you're that good, then you don't need to edit. And I didn't hear more of it. Man, how beautiful that was. Or to hear more of it, man, how beautiful that was. That is how beautiful you were, Misaki. Misaki first out, but I couldn't tell where I was because I pushed it 12 hours she had given up hiding that. She didn't know who I was with. It was pretty good. I complimented her, but Misaki seemed too sunk with disappointment. Yeah, I was wang or anything, you know. Could you be trying to become a pro at this? She surprised me again when I asked her that question. She half-heartedly shrugged her shoulders. I had admired her dedication, but her face looked grim. Well, honestly, she probably wasn't good enough to be professional. When it comes to the instrument-like development, talent and experience make a different experience. There are children younger than Misaki who have already won championship-level contests. So until you can puff your chest out and be proud of yourself, then... No, it's nothing. I wanted to make a joke about how her chest was kind of number, but that was definitely too pages. Let's try that again. So until you can puff your chest out and be proud of yourself, then you'll keep her violin playing a secret, even from you and Michiru. Don't cry like that. I don't want you to hate me, so I won't bring more of this to anyone. I just ended up feeling like the subject of a really bad joke instead. I have to agree. Misaki extended her pinky finger with a serious look in her eyes. What? Sure. I wrote my own pinky finger from Misaki. That's my heart. There was no singing involved, but it still felt like a childish way of making a promise. Considering a poem wouldn't blind you, though.
と
A secret
たま
between
には
us and no now
演奏
sounds
を聞き
regal.
に来てもいいからね。
You will? Given her like talking, she's pretty much just implored me to come and listen to her play. There, this is hot and cloudy. Ah, it's like so hot in my room.
先輩は目の届くところに置いておかないと気になるし、誰かに注目されてる方が練習になるのよ。
Is that so? At the instant I finally stopped wondering something I'd forgotten until now. That reminds me, I think Michiru sets up in a lot like that too.
みちるもバイオリンなんて演奏するの？
Back when she was still good, her parents taught her to play piano and violin a little bit. Even when she lost her sight, she could have. Even when she lost her, she could have kept on learning.
話
But before I realized that, she just
一度も
stopped.
聞いたことないんだけど。
Her talent was unparalleled, but she completely lost her motivation. If I listened to her, then she would do her best, but if I wasn't around, then she would get bored and
す
stop
ごい演
practicing.
奏だった？
I wasn't really interested in classical music back then, but if memory serves me well, then yeah, I think she really was good.
この天才
Like
バイ
you
オ
put
リ
it.
ニストのお嬢様。
Misaki always shook her head.
ほんと沢渡りって嫌になるわ。
Well, that had anything to do with that conversation later that night.
Honjitsu
Michiru came to my room in her pajamas.
兄様と床を共にできる喜びに
That,
感謝いたします。
when was that? Hey, I never said we were sleeping together. She did smell pretty nice. Been fresh out of the bath, but even if you wanted to trust me, even if I said no, I meant Al. Oh, so I'm surprised you didn't just come crawling in
事
your
務
basket
承
like
諾
you
で
do.
よろしいということでしょうか。
Oh, for God's sake, stop distorting what I said with
お
your
話
wishful
があってま
thinking.
いりましたので。
Here we go again. So I'm a lot
私
about
と
doing
兄
about this.
様の関係をはっきりさせたいと思いまして。では、美咲さんと仲良くされているのはどこまで本気なのですか？
That question was one of stark honesty. I'm not sure if I
匂い
could
が
call
す
it
るんですよ。
friendliness. Michiru pointed that out right away. Her sense of smell, beyond the definition of mere intuition, was refined enough that she really could distinguish Misaki's scent on me. Now what do I say? I've been conscious to keep my accidentally overhearing Misaki's violin performance under wraps, but Michiru still figured out I spent time with her today as well. It was obvious that she would have begun to suspect just how friendly I was
確かに
towards
美咲さん
Misaki.
がはっきりさせてください。気がないのに優しくされると私も我慢できません。
Michiru was deadly serious in her interrogation. I knew why, because I'm a complete dumbass. Maybe this is the right time. Putting aside whether or not I thought it would be true as a woman, if I made her aware like this, I was clear, I thought. And it served me right for being such a softie with her. Just as I've been clear with my former fiancée, indeed, I had to be clear with Michiru, my one and only sister. Sorry. Oh, Reading! Oh, inspect this! This happened so quickly. What? Oh, guys, I'm going to the incest route. Definitely unexpected. I like Misaki. Wait. Oh, Never mind. Let me do it again, because I think I misread it. Okay, so the connection is there. If you want to. Okay, I'm just gonna go with this. And that romantic reassurance in Misaki. What are you thinking me for? Before I could finish my question, I suddenly found myself staring for some reason. She suddenly blushing faceless and shining me back in the light. She pushed me down. Good. I'm so I was gonna make it by. Oh my god. Oh, okay. Alright. I thought this was gonna be fun, but I'm only gonna be about 17 more minutes of gameplay. And then I'm gonna end it here because I don't have enough time to do the other things. I'm beyond words myself. What are you doing? Her name soft smile floated onto Michiru's face as she brought her lips. That's when I realized this wasn't what I heard. She was that serious. Oh, wait, Michiru, don't do anything crazy here. Ah, damn it, you really are crazy. Even though I was the one saying no here. In any case, this was a fucked up situation in the end. Michiru I never had tried across that final boundary without my permission, but honestly, Tapu, I fucked up. I definitely had fucked up here. Even though I was surrounded by beautiful girls like Makoto, Misaki, and Didi, I could not come to a final decision about any of them. Surely this must have meant somehow. One way or another, I must have put me trail. But never mind that, I have to get out of this predicament. Also, was split was willing, but the flesh was weak. I wasn't floating where I say. When I gave his criminal, but are you not? Get ahead. I was seriously putting every inch of my chin, but even mine was crushing. So much. Oh my god, this game does not even try to hide it. What kind of fantasies go through that skull of yours anyways? Misha lowered her voice. Is that about me? She was so encouraged about how much I was besides myself. Misha's skin was usually cool to the touch. Right now I could feel the heat coming off the body, and every place her skin was pressed against. But what I say is I'm not really interested in Misaki. I never said I choose you. Michiru's body shows up. That's not it either. I took it to trying to slow things out. I was starting to calm down, but first it was better to be freaking out. Once a soft situation, realizing that I was pressed against Michiru, I quickly closed. To Michiru, who perceived the walls through touch, right inside, everything about me was fair to the taking at this moment. If you want to be clear, I have started to pursue someone of opposite sex. Yeah, even if I had this feeling, that doesn't mean I could actually date you. I quickly turned in that the less before she got too enjoyed. Even though I'm thinking you that way, you're still my precious sister. I can't bring myself to rush into this. We cannot just use the process of religion to say I choose just because I said I had chosen the softie. I want to be sure Abu make you having before I commit to that decision. Even though Michiru couldn't see, I looked directly into your eyes as I proclaimed that. Her gaze met mine as she murmured my name. Her unseeing eyes were filled with tears. Oh, you call that Tim? I just turned you down here. That is no reason to start undressing on me. Oh god, I thought she was going to do that, but she didn't show any signs of intending to. Rather, her reaction to my words was almost non-existent. Michiru. Even the sad, bitter expression as her face was seductive. I couldn't deny she was an attractive woman, but all the same I knew full well that these were feelings I shouldn't be having from my own sister. Yeah, when she listened to her grip on me, I couldn't bring myself to
前
move
借り
myself.
はできませんか？
She gently traced a line across my chest.
この思い
It's
を
like she
鎮め
wanted to
る
check
た
whether
め
my
に
heart was racing.
いつかという約束が夢ではないという、せめて今から私のすることを、私への思いがわずかでもあるならお慈悲を。そもそも
You
私
mean
を幸せにする確信だなんて必要ないのです。私は兄
Mitra
様と
smiled
一緒なら
ever so slightly.
いつでもどのだから兄様
So,
お
ow.
願いします。
Slowly closed her eyes, even now I couldn't stop her. Undoubtedly, Mitra would be happy. Even if I decided to take her right here out today. Now. But I wanted to forge a more concrete, lasting happiness between Michiru and me. So, beside Michiru, I had to refuse Michiru's temperature. She wore an expression caused by uncertainty as she opened her eyes. How could I say all those embarrassing things before I had the courage to stop her? I'm such a fucking worm. I'm in love with you too, but right now I can't return your feelings. I didn't want this kind of cheap happiness in my future with Michiru. My past, my present, or my past. My future, my present, or my past. Michiru caressed my cheek with one hand, which gave me the opportunity to grab my... Instead of hurting Michiru's feelings, I ought to just turn back time. Huh? I split my heart in an attempt to throw the pocket watch into my wrist.
もう少し
Saw
だ
my
け
hand which held up where
こ
Michiru
の
had
ま
placed.
までいさせ。あら、
Hide Michiru's hand moved from it. Someone was holding my own.
それに音、時計でしょうか。手が動いていたので兄様に押しのけられるかと思ったのです。
Just forget about it. Try and push her up and marry again. I have her in her rough and she can
温かい。
get hot.
兄様、これ兄様からキスをするこ
Well,
と
that's
で
enough.
そのようなことをなさらなくても、今回は私の
So, Mrs. Get it out, I
兄
can
様
say.
の手のぬくもりも感じ、少々固く
As Misha and I both squeezed heads on heart attack.
兄様への思いで胸のきしむ音が聞こえてくるようです。
This tempting me bastard crazy. How can you hear? Hey, wait, you can. Oh, wait, mine barely broke it. It was my as a register. It can't be that hard to break a No, how tough it is. It can't be that hard to break a complicated mechanism like this. Crying for Mitra's having to squeeze it. Dead as a ray, then I heard the gears. The sound of the watch siren. Once I heard it out, and the next. Did he end up breaking it in the way he was inspired to? Huh? Or life should have become but moved on top. Well, perhaps more than had passed since she crushed down, but something I was but I
兄
could still
様が急に力を抜か
never mind that. Why did we go back in time? I'm guessing he didn't know.
今回は
The pocket watch broke,
キス
didn't
だ
it?
けのつもりだったのですが、何度も想像してい
Wasn't
たという
pleased
の
I
に、
couldn't quite hear.
いざその時に
Since I
なる
normally
と
to it
つ
to grown, I
かむ
couldn't
の
tell.
ですが、どうぞ。
Damn it, this isn't time to get lost in my own. The pocket watch from me, but if I don't do these. I would appreciate if you could get off, mate.
もしや緊張で
What do you
緊
mean?
張が、ああ、いけません。
Wait,
おかしなところがないか今すぐ確認いたしましょう。ねえねえ、
Who's he talking?
何がおかしいの？
I think there's a whole lot of things wrong with the fact that you're trying to take my
お
cat
ろ
off.
ぐぬぐぬ？あら？
That's what I'm asking. Now she see both of them. I get it. Cause what did he make it go? Past? Oh shit! Look, Ma, I think what they did is he broke the mechanism to he got fine. So I think cause she broke it, instead of it going 5 minutes, that way yeah, fast. Oh, this sounds criminal in some ways. Holy crap! I have no idea when she entered the room, but there was a my. I'm sorry. Okay, no, well. Lots? That is so look! Who are you? The missing girl croaked her head to the side. She was startled and with intense curiosity. Oh crap, this is a situation me way I can't see. Missy? Oh, sure. I hesitate, unsure how to deal with this one. Still watching the girl, she said I saw unsure, which seemed to pile more confusion onto this already confusing situation. I've seen this girl before, but I feel like I'm not even seeing this girl every day. Wow, little girl black and white, I get it. Of course she's him. This girl was the pretty image of Michiru some years prior to now, at least from my figured in my memories. Michiru was aware of his own being there, but since she had no idea who he was, her expression was, okay, what can I do? Anyway, just hurry up and get off me, even you wouldn't let it choose see some. Michiru finally dismounted, turning attention for crying out loud.
子供でしたっけ?
Michiru looked back and forth, trying to discern where the girl was through her senses of hearing. Wanted to give her peace of mind for what she tried to do, but there was a much more important issue I have right now. That needs all. By the little girl that tilted her hand in confusion as we both turned towards her. It was nothing, don't worry about it. Let's just ignore my sister's good things and now. Nice to meet you. First thing, we need to get this over. Was she a relative kid coming over to play? Where's she from anyway? As I thought about those fishes, the girl should know. Oh, hi. What? He makes his eyes. Seems she'd been about to mind her P's and Q's. Wait. Hell, what's your name? Yeah. How can you jump to that friend just because I asked her? Besides, how can I even look at him that way? Oh, at last! Spinning an H. If I was seriously trying to hit on this girl, cops would be all over me. While we continued battering the mysterious girl. Fitting? But I just noticed this girl can actually see and she can't. The younger girl who called herself Michiru was taken to my... That's certainly one way of explaining it. When Michiru was in hospital, I should have asked one of the doctors to take a look at her head while they were examining her. The girl shook her head again. Maybe she doesn't know how to read that one. Okay. Oh wow, this is interesting. If she doesn't know how to read that one? Well, tell her, because she can actually see. On my way, I'm Ray. Nice to meet you, Michiru. Yeah, I'm a road big on my last name. Fresh into the introductions. Now I need to focus on the problem at the end. So then, do you know your last name? What kind of name like a girl like you have? Oh, I can't wait. Oh, no, I think this is. Michiru and I froze while we said, what? Well, let me just vent that. Shatarari Michiru. The god Eroge, we nodded her head. Well, her enthusiasm was great and all, but did one of our relatives have a daughter named Michiru?
兄様以外の人間に興味のない私でも記憶していると思います。
Alright, guys, I'm here this year, and this game has gone crazy. Oh, like, this is crazy. But I'm gonna leave it here. You guys have a good week, and honestly, I'm gonna try to lessen my breaks, but this time I'm actually gonna put in, like, I'm actually gonna start making daily videos. I'm gonna be making capture for hentai prison, so yeah. Other than, but this is gonna be posted. It's just gonna be posted a day later.